Check out this video from the House of Machismo podcast. It's House of Machismo.
What is it like a quality that you see in a lot of different firefighters?
Well, I can start off by saying this. I didn't want to be a firefighter growing up.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an astronaut. But,
did you?
Yeah.
But the math? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just kind of fell into my lap a little bit. You know how they say your taste buds change every 5 years?
Yeah, that's true.
As I got older, it just became something that I thought that I would like to do. And, I did it. And, in the beginning, because I had buddies that were on different fire departments around the city, and they would always tell me in my early 20s, hey, come on, we're hiring. And, I told myself a bunch of lies and things to say, well, I'm not tall enough, or I'm not strong enough, I'm not in shape. And so,
kind of like what I was just saying.
Just like,
exactly,
that, yeah. And so, sorry, I'm messing it up.
Well, you broke it.
I didn't bring it to pause for this
Yeah,
thing.
I know, it's like, geez.
So to answer your question, I mean, really the big thing is, just the will, the motivation to show up and do it. And that's something I learned a long time ago, because, going into it, I still had those doubts in my mind, and it took a lot, and it was a big deal, because before doing this job, I didn't do anything like this. I worked for a big telecom company, putting in, lines in the field, and it was nothing to do with the medical or firefighting or anything. And so going into it, I thought, well, I really want to do this, and I'm committed now. And I realized that, you can look at me now. I'm no football player. There's athletes.
You're about my height.
Yeah. So I'm not the biggest. I'm not the strongest, but it's not really about that. I think what makes really, in general, first responders a little bit different is when the time comes, are you going to be able to, rely on your training to step up and do the job? And I think that's what separates people that do people in this line of work. That's what separates them from, everybody else. It's not how strong you are or what you think you are, because once you're there and you're doing your job, I mean, you zone in on your job, and they train you. They always train you very well for any situation that might come up. Not every situation, but but it's always nice. It's just like anything else. You train for something, and when the time comes to be able to use that training, it's an incredible feeling, and so that's part of it too. When you're doing something crazy, you're not thinking, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, heck yeah, let's go to work. Like, this is what I've been training for forever.
So you're able to use like your training and the tools that they give you, sometimes maybe to be creative on the problem solving.
Yes,
part
absolutely.
Of this.
That's a good point too, because it's not all, car wrecks, and it's not all, just the regular stuff. It's people call 911 for literally everything. If you can't handle something and you feel like somebody's in danger, or, really just anything. I mean, pets trapped in trees.
You ever get a kitten out of a tree?
I
have heard someone
not out of a tree.
Okay.
I've gotten one from underneath a house.
Okay.
So people call for, when they get locked out of the house. Use your imagination. There are infinite amounts of scenarios where people call 911. So yeah, absolutely. You have to be creative, even with the tools that you have. You're not always going to use that particular tool. You're not going to use the axe for just cutting.
Right.
You may use it to,
as a lever or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we do the best we can with that. And that's the other part of it too, is just having a lot of common sense. I think that's probably a good requirement of being a first responder, or at least a firefighter. I can speak for those.